there, it's Jennifer McGuire for Hero Arts. Today I wanted to show you a fun technique, or actually a couple fun techniques, using the new Hero Arts ink daubers. I used it to create this fun kind of party celebration background, and also for the letters that you see there. So let's take a peek at these ink daubers first. There are a variety of colors. I'm using 3 here today. And this is a water-based ink, so it kind of comes out what reminds me of like a watercolor look. And it has a nice cotton tip, so it makes it easy to apply. Now you can take this and just kind of brush it across your paper for funny, easy application, which I'll show you right here. But I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I want to create some watercolor looking splotches. So I'm just taking this and tapping it right onto my paper. This is just regular white cardstock. You could use watercolor paper if you wanted to, but I chose not to. You just want to test these out and see how much pressure you need to get this splotch look. I think this is a fantastic, paint splatters and paintbrushes are really popular right now in crafting, and I think this is a fun celebration background. So I used butter bar and Tide Pool and charcoal for this, and you can see how they overlap nicely. It really looks like you have splotches of nice vibrant watercolor. Now I also wanted to show you, if you take the ink and just put it onto a smooth surface like a craft sheet or a piece of plastic, you can use it as paint. Here I wanted more dots down here in the bottom to look like splatter, so I used my stylus to add tiny little dots. You could use a brush also if you wanted to. So there I've got a fun background, and you'd be surprised, this dries pretty quickly since it is water-based. It kind of absorbs into the paper like a dye ink would. Next I wanted to add some fun letters. This is one of the newer alphabet stamp sets from Hero Arts, and I think it's a fantastic one. Very playful, and it's fun because you can color them in however you want. And I wanted to put party down here. So I went ahead and I stamped the letters. I wanted them to be kind of random on there, just up and down a little bit. I stamped them on some scrap paper so that I could figure out where the positioning would be. So I just did this very quickly, and now I decided that's about where I want the letters to be, so I'm going to move that out of the way and start my stamping in a similar way. So this is just kind of like a little cheat sheet to help me along. And it really doesn't take any time at all. You could mount all the letters together on the block and stamp them all at once, but then you can't get the letters as close together. So I think it's worth a little bit of time to stamp each of the letters individually. I'm using the Hero Arts black dye ink. This ink is great for using with painting and such because it won't spread or bleed. It's perfect for watercolors or ink daubers like this. So after I did the word party, I decided that I wanted more on there. I thought that was a little plain, so I'm going to do let's. So I stamped that on some scrap paper for a little cheat sheet, and now I'm going to go in and stamp those letters also. If I wanted to, I could have also heat embossed this with white and colored it in. That'd be a fun look too, and just let those letters in the center pop out. Now I needed a little apostrophe here, so I'm just going to draw one with a black pen. Quick and easy to do. Sometimes I like to add little doodles to my stamped images like this. Now I'm going to put my ink daubers to use in another way. I'm using a water brush here, but I actually am not using the water in it. You can add the water to soften the color if you wanted to, but I'm actually just using the brush part of it without water to add some of this color into the letters. This way I can be sure that my letters perfectly match the splotches and splatters that I have in the background. It's really quick and easy to do. I decided that needed a little bit of shine, so I actually put a coat of glossy accent just over the letters, and I added some bling with the little gemstones scattered along it. So there's a few fun ways you can use the new Hero Arts ink daubers. Be sure to visit our website at heroarts.com for other ideas using these inks and stamps. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.